Alright, so now that we know how to use the brushes panel, let's go ahead and use the actual brush tool using different kinds of brushes. Alright, so I have here on the template just something we can follow along with, but before we do that, let's just kind of play around using the brush tool over this area. So to access the brush tool, I just hit V for brush, and let's go ahead and just choose. Let's go back to the, if you have them open still, let's go back to the bristle brushes. So I'll choose the deer foot, and I'll go ahead and make a path, make another one. Maybe I'll increase the stroke size to 6. Try it again. Whoa, let me try it one more time. So there you can kind of see how those bristle brushes work. I'm going to hold down on the command key and I'll select those strokes I just made and delete them. And I'll try another one. This time I'll change the color. So I'll change it to a red and I'll use this mop brush and see what I can come up with. So the bristle brushes are good at giving you this nice gradated wash. But again, this is eventually going to start really slowing down my computer. I'll hold down the command key, select those, and delete them. This time I'll try a new set of brushes. Play around with the calligraphic brushes. So I'll just choose one. And these calligraphic brushes are actually really good for making custom type. So if you want to make something that has more of a hand done look, this is the type of brush you should use. Now the brush tool is really similar to the pencil tool. So if I double click on it, you can see we have the same thing. We have fidelity. So right now I've been working on a super smooth fidelity, which is really good for this calligraphic typography experiment. If I move over all the way to accurate and I go and do the same thing, I'm gonna get different results. It's not gonna be as smooth as when I had the fidelity all the way over here. So just know that you have that option to really have a nice smoothly interpreted stroke or really accurate rough stroke. I'll keep mine at smooth. I'll go ahead, hold down the command key and delete those. Let's go ahead and try a paintbrush. So I'll just choose one. And now I'll actually start to practice outlining some of what is on here on the template. Alright, so not bad. Okay, I'll go ahead and select those and then delete them. Let's go ahead and find our chalk and charcoal pencil brushes. I'll just close this window. I'll go back to my brushes panel. I'll go into the library. I'll go to artistic and I'll go to chalk and charcoal pencil. Pull that open. And it's here I want to just kind of demonstrate that these brushes, there are some that you can actually change the profile of the brush. So for instance, if I do this brush stroke, so I'm doing the chalk round, I'll command click that stroke and then I'll change the width profile. I'll zoom in so you can see that. So you can see it not only gave me that nice custom hand look, but I was also able to taper that. So I'll try that over here. I'll do this one. This one I'll keep as uniform just for demonstration. And then I'll try one more. And this time I'll put width profile 4 on that. Okay, so just know you have the option with some of these on changing the brush profile. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this one. So we're just going to use our charcoal and chalk brushes. I'll just by default keep it on black. Let's try this eyebrow first. Okay, I'll make sure to double click and make sure my fidelity is on smooth. And I'll start up here, go across, and go down. Okay, it took some time to render that. Alright, so that's cool, but let's give it a profile. So I'll hold down on the command key, select that brush stroke, and let's change it to, let's try with profile 5. So I like that, but I want it to switch the other way. So I'm going to open up my stroke panel, choose to show the options, and I'll flip that profile the other direction. So let's choose another brush. Alright, I'm going to try this charcoal smooth, and I'm going to do the top part of this island. I'll go ahead and come up here and try this top part. I'll go ahead and increase the thickness on that, and let's try a profile on there. I'll try with profile 5, and I'll flip it. And with that selected, I could actually come back up here to the control panel, and I could say, hey, that wasn't quite the brush I was looking for. I could choose another brush to throw along that path, and then change the profile. And that wasn't quite it. Let's come over here to the chalk and charcoal panel, choose one, see how this one looks, and I'll apply the profile to it. I'll flip it, and I'll bring down the size. Well, let's try that. Okay, now let's choose another one, and let's do these eyelashes. So maybe I'll choose this one. Charcoal smooth. I'll give it a little test. Okay, I like that. I'm going to work a little bit smaller. See if we can get this eyelash here. There we go. Okay, let's choose another one. I'll try this charcoal feather. I'll try the bottom part of the eyelid. And it wasn't actually the one I wanted, so I'll select that again. I'll try this, charcoal smooth again. Yep, I like that one better. I'll try charcoal smooth right here, and I'll try it for the fold of the eyelid, or the crease, like that. All right, let's get these parts right here, so the outer part of the iris. So I'm doing Command Z because sometimes these strokes take a little bit in order to get the right direction. So I like that direction, but it's just not quite thick enough. I'm going to bring up the thickness. 2 would be good, and then I'll change the stroke profile to stroke profile 4. All right, I like that. Try it again over here. Not bad. And then this last part right here, maybe I'll try this chalk blunt, bring it down to 1 point, and just make a little circle. There we go. And let's see here. Let's put a border around it. I'll select my rectangle tool, and I'll put just a stroked rectangle. And this time, I'll open up my stroke libraries, go into borders, and I'll try borders decorative and see what it gives me. And look at this. We have all kinds of these decorative patterns that we can put around the edge of this. Right here, I just clicked on this one. Avant-garde. I could do Baroque. Crystals, diagonals. So find a cool border to put around this. This one looks like a traditional frame. I think I'll stick with this one. Maybe I'll try this one. And V for my black arrow when I'm done. Alright, so now we have a good introduction to using the brush tool as well as the brush panel.